What's up everyone, I'm VCi Gaming and welcome to episode 3 of my Oxygen Not Included playthrough for the agricultural upgrade. So let's talk about stress. One of the best ways to keep stress at a minimum is to have the proper decor in your base. You know, all these paintings kind of look the same, and I don't actually know why that helps with the stress. If anything, that would make me more mad. So what I've done here is I've set the research to interior decor. I'm going to do this before I kind of go through everything so I can keep the stress down. Now another good way to keep stress down is to actually not have your base this dirty. So, gone. Alright, so while they were quickly cleaning up most of the base, they completed the research for the decor. So I'm going to get into that almost immediately. There's something I really have to do before that though. If we look at our oxygen overlay, it's starting to get a little low and CO2 is starting to build up here. So I'm going to quick put in another algae deoxidizer right here on this level because that kind of seems to be where the problem is. And I'm just going to hook it up and then I'm going to kind of start digging out through here so the CO2 has somewhere else to go. In the meantime, while they start this, we do have another duplicant. Let's see what their skill set is. We have a 12 tinkering, which means they work very well with the machine they're on. We have a guy that's good with medicine. I'm thinking maybe Bert. Maybe we can put a permanent cook on. I'm thinking that might be a decent idea. Yeah, I'll start to put in more cots because I stopped at 5. We now have 7 dupes and we can start putting up decor. So I'm guessing over their beds is going to be the first place we kind of put decor, and then we'll spread it around through the base and make them really happy. Our stress has went down a little bit. Our oxygen should be getting better. Let me prioritize this wire as a matter of fact. Yeah, there we go. We'll kind of get that wire in there. So they're almost done with this little cutout here. I'm not going to go much further than that because I don't want to have all this nasty gas start leaking in when we get into the slime biome. But I'll tell you what I will do. I will go down another level to here and kind of start digging this part out as well, just so it has, the CO2 has more room to kind of drip down. Alright, so we have another duplicant. Let's see what kind of skills they have. You know what, I'm actually going to reject all of these because they really serve no purpose here. Okay, so they've pretty much caught up with all the work down here. They've dug this out, they kind of finished this platform, and they've started to work on this platform. So basically we have 5 cots. I'm just going to actually put in 5 more to complete 1 row. That's enough beds for 10 duplicants, and that's fine to kind of do that. Let's uproot this mealwood right here. So while they're doing this, I just wanted to kind of explain my next step. I'm going to be going into this ice biome. Now, real quick, ice biomes are usually surrounded by abyssalite, which keeps the environment in and keeps the other kind of environment, in this case, our base, out. Now, one thing that does tend to happen is that the abyssalite isn't on all sides of the ice biome. So this one you can kind of see, this isn't abyssalite, it's kind of snow and cold granite and stuff like that. So if we look at the temperature overlay, what tends to happen is the the cold air starts to float out. Usually this is CO2, sometimes it's oxygen, but either way it's very cold. Now your dupes will not like being in 5 degrees Celsius air all day. This will stress them out, and that's kind of what we're trying to avoid doing. We're trying to fix that by putting in decor. So my technique for kind of doing this, it's a dual purpose kind of technique, is to put a 3 thick abyssalite wall. Now in this case I'll put it straight up because probably in my next video I'll be making a refrigerator in here, and also I'll be getting into like a sleepweed farm, which I'll start putting here in this ice biome at the top, and it doesn't really matter if there's oxygen there. So basically putting up this wall will keep this CO2 in and the cold, allow me to put a refrigerator in and have a mechanized kind of airlock for the dupes coming in with the farming. So here's the decor now. Basically I'll do it a priority of 9 to kind of show you guys. Basically there's going to be 10 of these per level, I guess you could say, or per platform, and then a statue on each end. Now if I just double check jobs, the only person that can do art is Ren. Now I chose him to do this on purpose. He has creativity 7, so he's going to end up making the best paintings. They will add the most decor per tile, which is what we're going for, because why put less decor on the same tile when you don't have to? It kind of defeats the purpose of the decor in the first place. So basically when they're building the picture frames, this doesn't count as creativity, so anybody can actually construct it because it's counted as construction. Now once they're up, then Ren's going to come over here and start painting everything, which will be really cool. kind of get the decor up. If I look at the decor overlay, it's really poor. It's red. It's a gloomy environment. It's kind of the bad asteroid life, I guess you could say. So that's kind of going to get fixed right now. Look at them working. Isn't that just awesome? I think that is awesome. Man, people are just eating all the mush bars. Our calories are up to 21,720, which is terrific, and they'll go up even higher when we get into the sleet wheat. Sleet wheat adds 1,000 kilocalories per frost bun that you make, and we'll be getting into all that stuff too. We'll even be frying up some of these mush bars to make mush fries, which are even better than mush bars, if you can imagine such a food. So here we go. Look, Ren has put in the first picture. It is a masterpiece. Now, you see how it says masterpiece? That means that this is the best decor adding item per tile that you can actually have in a picture, and these statues being on the end is just going to add more to the overall platform. See, look, if you have someone with low creativity make a statue, it'll kind of look like a reaper's hook. Like, you ever see the Green Reaper, the scythe or whatever that he carries around? That's what it looks like. Instead, we have this beautiful, gorgeous statue of, I actually don't know what, but it's beautiful, and I like it. I like it a lot. And we have another duplicant. Now we're up to 7. I'm going to go up to 10, and then I'm going to stall just for like maybe 20 cycles. But for right now, let's see what they have. We have a 7 cooker. Now that's kind of interesting because we're going to start getting into more cooking, especially with the sleet wheat. Now let's see if anything tops that. We have good digging, good construction, kind of in between kind of guy. More labor intended for this guy. So I'm going to actually go with Meep here. Maybe we can dedicate him just to cooking. So where are you, Meep? There you are. I'm not going to allow anybody else to cook but Meep. I think it's that time in the game where we can get away with that. But yeah, here we are. They are all sleeping. Look at that. They're all happy. As far as loud sleepers, I don't like to bring them into the base because you tend to have to isolate them as far as where they sleep. And that's just kind of going against my OCD and stuff I've practiced in the past. And we're missing a cot, I just noticed. So let's go ahead and put that in. Even though it's not necessary, if you guys play this game, you understand why that right there is making me very anxious. Speaking of anxious, here comes Anxious Ren with the second painting. Is it going to be a masterpiece? I think it is. It is. You know, all these paintings kind of look the same, and I don't actually know why that helps with the stress. If anything, that would make me more mad just to see the same thing over and over again, and this will be the case throughout the entire base, so there's that. Okay, now that you guys kind of see how I'm going to lay out the paintings and all the decor in the base with the statues on each end and 10 in the middle, I'm going to start just pretty much putting them everywhere now, because that's kind of what you have to do. Now, I don't particularly enjoy doing this, but it is necessary to keep your dupes happy, and that's my opinion, guys. Alright, so they're pretty much just going to blow through these paintings because I put them at a high priority. They're going to go everywhere. It'll be the same painting over and over. That's kind of unfortunate. I think that'll actually change. Yeah, so you know what? I'm thinking I'm just going to actually fill up all these rows. Why not? I don't really see a reason not to, so you know what? I'm just going to do it. So Ren here has been knocking out these paintings like there's no tomorrow on the asteroid. Now, I'm going to show you a pic right now of what the decor was before, and then I'll show you what it is now. So this is before, and this is what it is now. Oh yeah, beautiful. And it's not even complete. This is just awesome. You can see how much of an effect it has actually had. The paintings here, 150, 172 decor. Let's check their bedroom out. 154 on all 4 of these tiles, and 154, 169 here. It is 191 there. It is just fabulous. Our stress is down to 0. 0. Yes, that's what I said. I said 0 stress. That is awesome. Now I did have them sweep up the base as well, just to kind of get the full effect of the decor, and I will keep it tidy from now on since it's already clean. One thing you might have noticed is I've moved these bathrooms over, and I kind of moved this airlock from here to here. Now there was 2 reasons for that. One is this polluted oxygen is really starting to become an annoyance. I don't like polluted oxygen in my base, so it will not be in my base, except for a little bit right there, but whatever. So anyway, and also this has allowed me to keep the symmetrical look to this, because that's what it is intended to be, symmetrical and very decorative. Now the toilets are further away from over here because these are the problem. I've even moved the storage container over just that much more. Honestly, I could probably just open these 2 doors. With this oxygen gas being so much higher than over here, it would probably just push it out, but I don't want to let any hydrogen in, so I'm just going to not do that. With that being said, Thanks for watching the video. If you have anything to add, please feel free to do so in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you feel it is worthy of your subscription, I thank you for the support, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Peace.